Hello and welcome to the behind the scenes video for the Parkinson's Awareness Week Film 2014. My name is Mike South and I'm the audio visual producer for Parkinson's UK and I made the film. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it now. The link is below. Go and do that. Okay, good, you're back. Did you share it? Go and share it. Brilliant, nice one. Why did we make the film? Well, this year for Awareness Week, we wanted to do something a little bit different. We wanted to try and really reach people who knew nothing about Parkinson's at all. A lot of people affected by Parkinson's have told us that their lives would be a lot better if more people just knew what Parkinson's was. That's it, very simple. So this year we tried to just in 1 minute tell people very quickly a little bit about Parkinson's, but also just to raise more questions really. They're encouraged to go to the website and find out more about the condition. Obviously there's loads that we could have said in a film about Parkinson's, but we really just had to keep it simple and try and get people interested. So why this story? Well, we see a guy, a grandfather actually, who is frozen in a museum. And he's in the museum because he's trying to buy the perfect gift for his granddaughter. He used to be a pilot, but can't fly anymore because it turns out he has Parkinson's. So his granddaughter really enjoys flying. She really shares this love of aeroplanes with him, and obviously he would love to take her flying, but can't. So he's at the museum to buy a gift for his granddaughter to help teach her about aeroplanes, something like an Airfix model or an aeroplane book. And he's in the museum and he's frozen on the spot. And a lot of people, especially the public, don't know that freezing is a symptom of Parkinson's. You can freeze on the spot, unable to move. And he's surrounded by these people who are a little bit ignorant about Parkinson's. Obviously, they're not bad people. If they knew that he had Parkinson's, they would help, but they don't. So we're trying to illustrate this. We're trying to show that if you just have a little bit of understanding, that you can really help someone with Parkinson's. When trying to find someone to play the part of the grandfather, we were really keen to use someone with Parkinson's, not an actor. And we really wanted to find someone who was old enough to be a grandfather and someone who's really interested in the project. So we met a lot of different people and did a lot of screen testing and casting. And we found one who was great. And we obviously needed loads of extras to be the public. And we found loads of really great volunteers who really, gave up their time, which was brilliant. And we needed to find a location. So we found the RAF Hendon Museum, amazing place, just a huge turbine hall full of planes, brilliant. And they were very kind and they let us go in there and film. This kind of project is really, really new for the charity. And we want to try and keep as much of the filming and the costs in-house as possible. So another way we did that is we found great technical crew who could really help us get this beautiful shot. We also found a camera hire company who lent us lots of great camera equipment for nothing. It was really nice of them. And the crew was so helpful because the film turned out to be this very long, it's called a one shot. So it's just one camera move over a minute. And it's very, very complicated. And there was actually about 5 or 6 people operating the camera at once. But I think it sort of ended up being really sort of interesting and just allowed the story to sort of tell itself in a very simple way. And it also allowed us to shoot in only just a couple of hours. So very, very interesting shoot. Using someone with Parkinson's instead of an actor does have its own challenges. So people with Parkinson's can't really stand around for too long without getting quite tired, particularly the guy that we used. And so when we were lighting and setting up all the cameras and things like that, we used one of our volunteers who stood there very still for about 2 hours as a nice stand-in for our main actor. And then right at the end, when we were completely ready to go for real takes, we swapped in Jim, our main actor, which is a really, really nice way of being able to get the most out of someone with Parkinson's, but also have the same experience on set that you would be used to. One interesting thing about this film is that the voiceover actually isn't the voice of the guy that you see. It's another person with Parkinson's. We cast the voice separately, and so I went to their house to do the voiceover with him and his son, and did this really sort of low budget DIY studio in their living room. But I think he did a really, really good job, and I think also his voice matches the face of our actor really well. Another thing we really want to keep in-house is the music. We really want to use original music, and we composed our own music and recorded it ourselves. Some staff in our charity are talented strings players, and so we got together a string quartet and recorded some original string music. I think it turned out really, really well, and it was just a really fun time. We recorded in our basement, which is very sort of DIY, kind of not that glamorous, but the sound was okay. And I think the music really helps to deliver the emotion of the story we're trying to tell. And the last couple of things to do to the film was to do a bit of visual effects. This is where you put things in his eyes. So I like the idea of putting some plane propellers in there as if to represent his sort of dream of being a pilot. and also do something called color grading, which is to take what the camera shot and make it look even nicer and a lot more sort of filmic and professional. And that's kind of it. We've got a film. It's been a really interesting experience making this, and we're really interested in your opinion. Like, what do you think of the film like this? Have you seen something like this before for a charity? So please, write your comments below. I'd be really interested in your feedback, and looking forward to the future and doing more things like this. We really would love your input and your help to make these kinds of films. Don't forget, this is all about just trying to educate the general public about Parkinson's. And so please keep on sharing and kind of spreading this word. People can always visit parkinsons.org.uk to find out more information about the condition. And thank you for watching. It's been great.